From the feral Whole Lot of Love to the meditative Stairway to Heaven, Led Zeppelin has delivered some of the most inspiring and influential tunes in rock history. But none of those songs would have been the same without the powerful voice and captivating lyrics of Robert Plant. Rolling Stone once crowned him the best lead singer of all time, praising his stage presence that helped define what it meant to be a true rock god. Yet, behind that commanding public image, the man himself remained something of an enigma to many fans. Now, at the age of 75, Robert Plant's daughter has confirmed what many have long suspected. He had a happy childhood shaped by unique influences that set the foundation for his legendary career. But those early years were far from simple. Born in the industrial heartland of Birmingham, England, Plant grew up surrounded by the lingering shadows of World War II bombings and the grit of a working-class community. This tension between family expectations and artistic passion would follow Robert Plant throughout his early life, but it also fueled the fire that ultimately made him one of rock's most iconic voices. Today we dive deep into the lesser-known journey behind the legend, a story of passion, resilience, tragedy, and artistic evolution. Robert Plant was born on August 20, 1948, in the industrial city of Birmingham, England, an area still scarred by World War II bombings and heavy pollution. Growing up in the Black Country, Plant's childhood was shaped by a resilient community that faced hardship but found joy in everyday moments. Central to his upbringing was his mother, Annie Celia Plant, whose lively and joyful spirit filled their home. Described by Robert himself as suitably and joyfully combustible, Annie's Romani heritage added a unique dimension to her character. Plant cherished her fiery energy and inherited her thick, curly hair, a striking trait he often spoke about with fondness. Her singing and dancing brought warmth and creativity into their household, nurturing a love of music that would later blossom into a legendary career. On the other side, Robert's father, also named Robert, was a civil engineer and Royal Air Force veteran. He had more conservative views and initially hoped his son would pursue a steady career in accountancy. The elder Plant was a fan of cycling and the Wolverhampton Wanderers football team, interests he shared with his son, but when it came to Robert's musical ambitions, their opinions clashed. In a revealing interview, Plant recalled the tension between him and his father, who struggled to see music as a viable profession. Robert Plant's love affair with music began early. By the age of 9, he was already emulating Elvis Presley, singing into his hairbrush with dreams of stardom. Growing up near Starbridge, Plant found himself drawn to the local blues scene, especially the Seven Stars Blues Club, where he immersed himself in the raw sounds of Delta blues. As his passion grew, school and family expectations clashed with his dedication to music. Spending more time at blues clubs meant less time at school, creating tension with his parents. This friction escalated when Plant joined a local band called the Crawling King Snakes, further straining relationships at home. Eventually, due to truancy, he was expelled from school, a turning point that led him to leave home at 17 and fully commit to his musical dreams. At 15, Plant's big break came unexpectedly. While supporting his friend's band, the Jurymen, he stepped in as lead singer during a crucial gig when the original vocalist fell ill. Though nervous and struggling with stage fright, Plant's commanding voice left a strong impression, launching him into the world of local bands. When the Yardbirds lost their lead singer in 1968, Jimmy Page searched for a new frontman and, after some twists of fate, found Robert Plant. This meeting marked a monumental leap into the unknown, and together with Jones, they formed what would soon become Led Zeppelin. It was the start of a musical revolution that would forever change rock and roll. Robert Plant's personal life was as complex and intense as his music. In 1966, he met Maureen Wilson at a cancelled Georgie Fame concert, and their relationship quickly deepened. Maureen came from a hard-working family. Her father owned a steel factory, where Plant briefly worked before his music career took off. Together, they built a family and had 3 children, Carmen, Karak, and Logan. While Plant was touring relentlessly with Led Zeppelin, Maureen stayed grounded, providing stability at their farmhouse and nurturing their family life. However, tragedy struck in 1975 when the family was involved in a serious car accident while vacationing in Greece. Conflicting reports exist about who was driving, but the crash left Plant and Maureen badly injured, though their children escaped with minor injuries. Maureen's survival was called nothing short of miraculous after she suffered severe injuries, and Robert spent months recovering from his own physical and mental trauma. Despite these hardships, Plant's determination to keep creating music remained strong. Even confined to a wheelchair during recovery, he contributed to Led Zeppelin's 1976 album Presence. One song from that period, Achilles' Last Stand, was initially nicknamed the Wheelchair Song, inspired by his struggles during that time. In the midst of this personal darkness, Plant considered leaving the music world entirely, even contemplating a career in teaching. But with support from his bandmates, especially drummer John Bonham, he found renewed purpose. Bonham's encouragement helped Plant return to music, proving how the strength of friendship and solidarity can carry someone through their darkest hours. Robert Plant's musical journey has always been marked by curiosity and a thirst for new sounds. Beyond the blues and rock that shaped Led Zeppelin, Plant developed a deep fascination with Indian and North African music, which profoundly influenced his creative path. This passion began with his admiration for Mohammed Rafi, one of India's most revered playback singers. Plant's connection to Indian culture grew even stronger through friendships with a Gujarati family near his wife Maureen's family home. He would often drop by unannounced, immersing himself in their soulful music and rich culinary traditions. Years later, in 1994, Plant and Page reunited for the project No Quarter. Though it wasn't released under the Led Zeppelin name due to John Paul Jones's absence, the album showcased their evolving artistry. Much of the project was recorded in Morocco, where the vibrant cultural landscape deeply influenced their sound. North African music's rhythms and melodies enriched the album, revealing a bold artistic evolution. Plant's solo albums like Mighty Rearranger and Carry Fire continue to reflect his passion for Arabic and Oriental influences. His ongoing commitment to exploring diverse musical traditions demonstrates an artist unafraid to push boundaries and reinvent himself. Robert Plant's friendship with John Bonham went beyond the band. They were lifelong friends who shared deep roots in England's Black Country and a mutual passion for music. Together, they helped define Led Zeppelin's powerful and unmistakable sound. But that bond was tragically cut short in September 1980 when Bonham passed away. Bonham's struggle with alcoholism had escalated over the years, and on the day of his death, he reportedly consumed a fatal amount of vodka. His bandmates, including John Paul Jones, were left devastated by the sudden loss. Jones later recalled the final rehearsals with a mix of sadness and concern, noting how Bonham's drinking had taken a toll despite moments of promise. Bonham's passing marked the end of Led Zeppelin as it was known. The band chose not to replace him, respecting his irreplaceable contribution and the bond that held the group together. For Plant, the loss symbolized not only the death of a friend but the closing of a monumental chapter in rock history. Despite the heartbreak, Plant continued his musical journey as a solo artist, carrying forward the legacy forged alongside Bonham and the rest of Led Zeppelin. His respect and affection for his fallen friend remained clear in interviews and public statements, a testament to a lifelong friendship that shaped the sound of a generation. Robert Plant's voice is one of the defining features of Led Zeppelin's sound, but it hasn't come without challenges. In the early 1970s, Plant underwent surgery to remove vocal cord nodules, a procedure that significantly improved his singing ability. Many speculate that this operation marked a turning point in his vocal prowess, helping him reach new heights as a performer. Through treatments and sheer resilience, Plant not only maintained his voice but continued to thrive creatively. His post-surgery career includes several successful albums that showcase his vocal strength and artistic growth. Through ups and downs, Robert Plant's voice and spirit have remained resilient, evolving with each new phase of his extraordinary career. One of the lesser-known but fascinating chapters in Robert Plant's career involves his relationship with Phil Collins, a fellow rock legend. Their paths crossed notably during Led Zeppelin's highly anticipated return at the Live Aid concert in July 1985. This event was broadcast to a staggering 1.5 billion people worldwide, but despite its grandeur, Led Zeppelin's performance was marred by technical issues, off-key instruments, and Plant's less-than-ideal vocal condition. Critics and musicians alike labeled the show a disaster, straining the relationship between Collins and Led Zeppelin's guitarist Jimmy Page. Collins encouraged Plant to pursue a solo career and even contributed drums to Plant's debut solo album, Pictures at 11, 1982. Their collaboration continued with Plant's second album, The Principle of Moments, 1983, followed by a North American tour where Collins joined Plant on drums. Their partnership exemplifies how mutual respect and friendship can transcend professional setbacks and personal struggles, playing a vital role in Plant's post-Zeppelin resurgence. Robert Plant's journey through music and life has been anything but ordinary. From humble beginnings in the industrial heartland of England to becoming the voice that defined a generation, his story is one of passion, resilience, and evolution. He faced tremendous personal tragedies, the devastating loss of his son, life-threatening accidents, and the death of his closest friend and bandmate, John Bonham. Yet through it all, Plant's spirit remained unbroken. Plant's relationships, both personal and professional, reveal a man deeply committed to those around him, whether it was the unwavering support from bandmates like John Bonham and John Paul Jones or the mentorship and friendship of Phil Collins during difficult times. These connections helped him navigate the ups and downs of fame, tragedy, and reinvention. Today, Robert Plant's legacy is not just in the timeless music he created but in the resilience and passion that fueled his journey. His story reminds us that behind every iconic voice lies a human being with struggles and triumphs, doubts and dreams. As we reflect on Robert Plant's remarkable life, we are invited to look beyond the spotlight and appreciate the untold stories that shaped the legend. His music continues to inspire, a testament to a man who never stopped evolving, never stopped believing in the power of song. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the life and legacy of Robert Plant. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you next time.